Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we will discuss the basics of physiotherapy, matters of the non-traditional medicine. We will discuss in detail what is the physiotherapy and what is the benefit of physiotherapy in our medical field. Basics of physiotherapy. Physiotherapy helps restore movement and function when someone is affected by injury, illness or disability. Moreover, physiotherapy is a healthcare profession that assists, diagnoses, treats and works to prevent the disease and disability. Physical therapists provide services that develop, maintain and restore people's maximum movement and functional ability. They can help people at any stage of life when movement and function are threatened by aging, injury and disease disorders and condition or environmental factors. In this slide, if we see that the physiotherapy helps to restore movements, when we use, we need to call physiotherapist for our patient, being as a doctor. When the patient is not able to move properly due to any injury, when the patient is having some disc problem, when the patient has having some age problem, like when the patient has 90 or 100 age and patient having many diseases, due to that purpose he or she cannot move, especially when the patient's having the we will give the physiotherapy to the children also. Like when the patient has these those children like suffering from trauma, suffered already from trauma, and the patients who are already diagnosed like CP child. CP child means cerebral palsy. The patient has lower limbs or unilateral weakness. To whom we have to give the physiotherapy? To children, to adolescents and adults, elderly. We have remembered that we should not give the physiotherapy to neonatal because their joints are so weak. If we advise or prescribe or recommend the physiotherapy to neonatal, it will be cause any problem to the children, especially to the shoulder joint and to the hip joint, because their joints are so weak. Methods of non-traditional medicine. This field includes the more mainstream and accepted forms of the therapy such as acupuncture, homeotherapy and oriental practice. These therapies have been practiced for the centuries of worldwide. This may include acupuncture, Ayurveda, homeopathy and naturopathy, Chinese or oriental medicine. In this PPT, we have seen that when before the medical studies were not that functionalized, that was the medical studies were not that much standard. Before 100 years to 300 years, this homeopathy was the best treatment for the patients. Now it is 90% not people are in developed countries, not people are following the homeopathy, because the reason when we are giving the this kind of therapy, it doesn't has any proper according to BMI the milligram of drugs. That's why it has more side effects. And the acupuncture is safe therapy. When we have to advise acupuncture, and in such kinds of countries like China, Thailand, Korea, these countries nowadays also following this kind of acupuncture therapy, which is non-traditional medicine, because they don't like to eat more medicines like antacids, like other anti-inflammatory drugs, like other painkillers. They don't want to eat because the drugs have a side effects. That's why they are following the acupuncture. Acupuncture, when we have using the acupuncture, patients suffer from 4 kind of disease. Like when the patient has diabetes mellitus with neuropathy, and when the patient has the cervical disc with cervical spasm, when the patient has cervical thoracic and cervical region both disc, which is called spondylosis, when the patient has lumbar disc, especially at L4, 5, S1 region. This region we can apply the acupuncture and the nerves can be temporary for 5 to 10 to 20 days, it will be like suppressed. When we suppress, the patient feel that I have a good, but it doesn't have any good result on the patients, because we know the disc are due to the compression of disc, which herniate and compress our nerves. Homeopathy we have discussed. This is naturopathy. It is not that much famous. Like in Pakistan, we have in Pakistan homeopathy and acupuncture. So, diet and herbs. Over the centuries, man has gone from a simple diet consisting of meats, fruits, vegetables, and grains to diet that often consists of foods rich in fats, oil, and complex carbohydrates. Nutritional excess and deficiency have become problems in the today's society, both leading to certain chronic disease. Many dietary and herbal approaches attempt to balance the body's nutritional well-being. Dietary and herbal approaches may include dietary supplements, herbal medicine, and nutrient diet. In this PPT, we have seen that the diet has main role in our life. If we maintain our diet, we will not facing many diseases. Like when we have take more carbohydrates, we will be having diabetes. When we have take more proteins, we will have hyperuricemia. And we know that what is the complication of taking more carbohydrates, and what is the complication of hyperuricemia. Diabetes can damage our vascular nerves and all the body's organs and nerves, while the hyperuricemia can damage our like number one, it can damage our vascular system, and second, our nephrons, which is present in kidney. Yes. Hyperuricemia can cause the nephritis, which can damage our kidney, and when the kidney become damaged, our GFR will be disturbed. When GFR will be disturbed, we can say to the patient that the patient is suffering from renal pathology or renal disease. External energy. Some people believe that external energy from objects or other sources directly affect a person's health. An example of the external energy therapy is electromagnetic therapy, Reiki, and this is Gingong, I don't know. Such people believe that external allergies affect our bodies, like it's the electromagnetic therapy. This such kind of therapy nowadays they are using in Korea or Japan, but I haven't seen in Pakistan. Maybe it has external internal effect from external allergy. Senses. What is senses? Some people believe that senses, touch, sight, hearing, smell, and taste can affect our all health. Examples of therapies incorporating the senses include art, dance, and music, visualization, and guiding. This is true, as I think, because we have to see that some people like the music. When they listen to music, they feel relaxed, and when they feel relaxed, they become, we can say, happy. It means that the senses has the effect on our internal mechanisms, which has a good role in our with our brain relaxation.
And kind of any hormones from our brain, like endorphin. Or
Yes.
Yes.
Mind. Even standard or conventional medicine recognize the power of the connection between mind and body. Studies have found that people heal better if they have a good emotional and mental health. Therapies using the mind may include medication, biofeedback, hypnosis. Mind, this is the main, we can say, slide. We have to know that what is the role of mind in our health, with our health, and in our, what is the role of mind being as a doctor. Because when the patient has a good mind, like mindset, mind power, he or she can feel any kind of conditions in his or her life. If we compare with the patient suffering with diseases, I have seen in my life that one patient was having the cancer, colon cancer. He had a good mind power. He said that I will be good, I will be good. There is no problem. Believe me, he is alive now. And the other who are fear from cancer, our mind, I have studied this, that when you have a idea that I will do this and this will be not happen with me, if the patient is saying that it will be happen to me, it will automatically happen to him or her, direct or indirectly.
Yes,
Because
yes. In a short, you want to ask how start
Yes.
immunity mechanism of our
Yes.
brain. Okay.
yes.